guys. I'm here because I want to talk about stress test. Disclaimer, hindi ako doktor, hindi ako nurse. I don't work sa medical industry, but curious lang ako about stress test and what does it really mean, because I have some people na I know some people na hindi nila alam kung ano yung stress test. Alam mo yung akala nila stress test is for the emotional test, akala nila psychological. So yeah, I'm here to talk to you about stress test. So ang source ko kasi dito is Gemini. Pero alam niyo naman yung mga AI, 'di ba? They are accurate ng mga 80 to 90%, 'di ba? Lalo pag alam mo yung na siya, tawag doon, yung parang na lang siya, hindi na siya ongoing research, yung na talaga siya, published na, something like that. So if it's a fact, so yung parang hindi mo na kailangan i-research, basta ganun. So nagtanong ako, what is a stress test? A stress test, sabi niya, a stress test is a general term for an analysis or examination designed to measure the performance, capacity, and resilience of a system. Whether that system is the human body, a financial institution, or computer software under difficult or high demand conditions. So, the most common uses of the term refer to two distinct fields daw. Medical stress test and financial stress test. Tapos, today, we will focus on medical. Ang nakalagay dito, medical, tapos, yung parang ganun, medical, tapos, cardiac stress test. Medical or cardiac stress test. So, medical stress test, this is the most frequent use of the term. It is a non-invasive diagnostic test used to show how well your heart works when it's pumping harder and faster. So, alam niyo na. Or kailangan ko pang i-explain. I-explain ko. It's a diagnostic test daw. So, what does it mean by a diagnostic test? Test siya na ginagawa para malaman kung gaano hawel. Ano yung hawel? Kung okay pa ba yung heart mo, kung okay pa ba yung function ata ng heart mo, if it's pumping harder and faster. And then, purpose niya is, number 1, to diagnose coronary artery disease, arrhythmiasis or irregular heartbeats, and other heart-related conditions. And then number 2, to determine the severity of a known heart condition. So, if you already have a heart condition, malalaman dito sa test na to, after mong mag-test, malalaman kung okay, malala na ba siya, or okay pa, kaya pa ng like exercise, or I don't know. And then, to evaluate the effectiveness of current heart treatments. So para malaman din kung effective pa ba tong heart treatment na to para sa taong yan. And then, procedure, ito yung procedure na. Number 1, preparation. Electrodes or sensors are placed on your chest to record your heart's electrical activity. So, EKG or ECG. Parang ka lang ECG or EKG. And a blood pressure cuff is placed on your arm. So, parang kang nagla-lie detector test. And then, stress induction. You walk on a treadmill or ride a stationary bike. The speed and incline or resistance are gradually increased to make your heart work harder. So, kung nasa treadmill ka, unti-unting ginaganon yung incline. Diba? Usually yung treadmill ganon. Pero kung gusto mong mahirapan, kung gusto mong tumaas yung heart rate mo, gaganon siya. Same like me, because I ride a bike and then nabuboard ako pag patag lang. So, naghahanap ako ng ride na maraming uphill because I want to see my heart rate na umabot ng 180, 190. So, ganyan yun. Because pag flats lang, parang lang siya, parang 110, ganun lang yung heart rate mo. And then, monitoring. So, your heart rate and blood pressure and EKG are continuously monitored for any changes or signs of insufficient blood flow or ischemia to the heart muscle. So, yung mga nilagay sa'yo ng mga sensors, yung mga BP, yung mga basta yung mga sensors na nilagay sa'yo, magde-detect sila kung kasi 'di ba pag pag nahihirapan na yung heart natin, so kunwari pag incline na yung lakad mo, or para ka na ding umaahon pag nagsi-stationary bike ka, so nag-e-effort yung heart mo, tumataas yung heart rate niya. So meaning that yung blood flow, parang kailangan mo ding alam mo yun, basta ba't ko ba ito ginawa? So yun, minomonitor, yung mga monitors, minomonitor nila kung enough pa ba yung blood flow na pumapasok sa heart mo, kahit pa nahihirapan na siyang, kahit pa increase na yung heart rate mo. So, and then alternative, number 4 na procedure. Alternative, if you are unable to exercise, a pharmacologic stress test is done using medication injected through an IV to chemically stimulate the heart, mimicking the effects of exercise. So, kung hindi mo kayang tumayo, kung hindi mo kayang maglakad, or kung hindi mo kayang magpedal, ang gagawin nila is may chemical sila na i-inject sa'yo para ma-stimulate yung heart mo, ma-stimulate yung heart mo na parang nag-aano na din siya, para na din siya nag-exercise. So, yung chemical na yun, nagpapabilis siya ng heart rate. And then, there are types pala of stress tests. May exercise stress test. Yan yung uses only the EKG and blood pressure monitoring during physical activity. And then, stress echocardiogram or stress echo adds an ultrasound to take moving pictures of the heart before and immediately after peak stress to check wall motion and blood flow. So, stress echocardiogram, kukuhanan ka ng ultrasound before and then after the pinaka-peak, yung pinakamahirap. So, alam mo yung, pag nandito ka na, tas alam mo yung hapong-hapo ka, yun, kukuhanan ka din ng ultrasound doon. And then, nuclear stress test. Nuclear stress test involves injecting a small amount of radioactive tracer dye and using a special camera to capture images of blood flow to the heart muscle and rest at the peak stress. Okay. So yung para kang nagsi-CT scan na nila, na ini-injectan kanila ng dye. Kunwari, may dye kasi na, alam mo yung dye, pangkulay ng buhok, that's hair dye. So, may blood dye din. So, para malaman nila kung yung blood flow nga, kung saan pumupunta, kung madami ba yung pumapasok sa heart mo, yun. And then, so, ayun, nagtanong ako ulit. Kasi tapos na yung, nagtanong ako ulit. Sabi ko, the stress test in medical exams equal to emotional stress test. Sabi ko, yung stress test ba na ginagawa during medical exams is, katumbas niya ba, yung result niya ba, kunwari, pag nag-result siya ng hindi maganda, meaning ba, emotionally hindi ka maganda, hindi maganda yung emotions mo, ayun ganun, parang depressed ka ba, ganito ganyan sabi. Tapos sabi ni Gemini, that is an excellent question that highlights the different uses of word stress. So, ang answer niya is no. A standard medical cardiac stress test is not the same as emotional stress test. While emotional stress can affect your heart, the medical test is designed to measure the heart's response to physical or pharmacological stress, not emotional stress. So, kapag stress ka emotionally, kunwari nagalit ka, mga days before, kunwari galit ka days before, tapos, nag-fail yung yung stress test mo, hindi mo yung isisisi dahil nagalit ka last nung isang araw. It's because, hindi maganda yung ng heart mo. Hindi maganda yung performance ng heart mo kapag napapagod siya. Ganun lang siya. So, okay. Ito pa sabi niya ha. While emotional stress can affect your heart, the medical test is designed to measure the heart's response. Ko pala ito, nasabi ko na to. So, here's the breakdown daw of the key differences. Ito daw yung breakdown ng mga pagkakaiba nila. So, the purpose is physiological or physical function. So, what is stress? So, stress is physical exertion. Example is a treadmill or a stationary bike. Or chemical stimulation or medication like dobutamine or adenosine triphosphate, ATP. So, what is measured? So, during stress test, ano daw ang mini-measure? It's your blood pressure, heart rate, and heart's electrical activity or the EKG or ECG to check for ischemia or lack of blood flow or arrhythmias, caused by physical demand. Alam niyo yung arrhythmia, it's irregular na pagbeat ng heart mo because of physical demand. Kasi kailangan ng heart mo. And then, primary goal, to detect and assess coronary artery disease. Tapos, ang emotional stress naman, or psychological assessment. Ito dapat yung gagawin ko. Pero, wala pa akong time. So, the purpose of psychological, mental, and emotional well-being. The purpose of this emotional stress test or psychological assessment is physiological, mental, and emotional well-being. So, what is stress? Life events, daily pressures, mental demands that can trigger a psychological and hormonal response. What is measured? Subjective feelings of stress via questionnaires like the perceived stress scale, anxiety levels, sometimes physiological biomarkers like cortisol hormone levels or heart rate variability or HRV in a non-exercise setting. Alam mo yung pag natitrigger yung anxiety mo, bigla kang pinagpapawisan kasi hindi mo alam na tumataas mo din pala yung heart rate mo. Ganun. So the primary goal of this emotional stress test is to quantify a person's level of psychological burden. Kung pagod na siya psychologically and risk for burnout, anxiety, depression, or stress-related illness. So the overlap daw. Ang overlap daw niya, it is important to note the connection daw. Emotional stress causes a physiological reaction. Increase in heart rate, elevated blood pressure, release of adrenaline and cortisol. I think this is the fight or flight ng hormones. And then, in some advanced research or specialized clinical settings, there are mental stress cardiac tests, where patient is given a mentally challenging task to see if it causes blood flow problems in the heart. But this is not the standard medical stress test. Okay. Basta. Tapos, nagtanong ako sa kanya ulit, last na ata to. Sabi ko, what are the possible and common results of a stress test? Sabi, the results of a cardiac stress test, whether exercise or pharmacological, fall into three main categories: negative or normal, positive or abnormal, tapos inconclusive or, hindi ko masabi. The doctor analyzes several factors like your heart rate, blood pressure, ECG changes, and symptoms to determine the final result. So, negative or normal result, this is the most desired and common result. So, ang blood flow mo daw is adequate. So, sakto lang yung blood flow to all parts of the heart muscle at rest and at peak stress. So, ang meaning ng normal result daw is, normal daw yung magiging result ng stress test mo if normal yung blood flow sa heart kahit pa nakaupo ka or kahit pa grabe na yung effort mo. And then, EKG changes. So, yung electrical activity daw ng heart mo, normal pa din kahit na pagod ka na, hingal ka na. And then, symptoms, normal daw kapag you reach your target heart rate or lalapit ka doon, kung magta-target ka ng heart rate ng 180, nasa 175 ka na or umabot ka ng 180, kahit pa umabot ka na ng 180, hindi naninikip yung dibdib mo. You reach your target heart rate without developing concerning symptoms like chest pain or severe shortness of breath. And then blood pressure increased appropriately with exercise and returned to normal quickly afterward. So tataas yung BP mo pala kapag hingal ka, tapos pag tumigil ka din, babalik din agad siya sa normal. So ganun. Tapos abnormal result, yun na. Pag abnormal result, it means inadequate, hindi daw enough yung blood flow mo, and then yung EKG mo, alam niyo yung, di ba pag EKG, ganun siya. So parang gano'n, tapos tataas, tapos makuba, yan yung ganun. And then, ang symptoms niya daw is, yung test has to be stopped early due to angina or chest pain. Hindi mo yung matatapos yung exercise kasi narinikip na yung dibdib mo, masakit na yung dibdib mo. And then, arrhythmias, the development of concerning or irregular heart rhythms that were not present at rest. Okay. So, kapag, when you are resting, wala kang irregular heartbeat. Tapos, kapag hingal ka na, pagod ka na, irregular na yung heartbeat mo, that is a sign of positive result or abnormal yung stress test mo. And then, inconclusive. So, that means that the test did not provide enough clear data to define a conclusion. So, baka kailangan mong ubulit. Ganon siya. So, another one in the next part of this video because 10 minutes. Okay, we're back. And then, parang last na ata to. Last ko na ata tong tanong. Sabi ko, does having a regular exercise and a balanced diet affect the result of the stress test? Tapos, ang reply ng Google Gemini. Sabi niya, that is a crucial point. Yes, having a regular exercise routine and a balanced diet significantly and positively affects the result of a cardiac stress test. Here's a breakdown of how a healthy lifestyle impacts the three main components of the test. Number one, exercise capacity, or how long do you last? So, positive impact. Regular exercise improves your overall functional capacity. On the stress test, you will be able to exercise longer, reach a higher peak rate, and handle a greater workload faster, and handle a greater workload. Example of this greater workload is faster speed or steeper incline. Because kunwari kapag nagbabike ka or naglalakad ka or tumatakbo ka, di ba? Pag binibilisan mo yung pedal or binibilisan mo yung takbo, bumibilis din yung heart rate mo. So, kapag may exercise ka, kaya mo gawin yun. Before ka daw, kaya mo daw yon, yung mga gano'n na yon, yung mga greater workload na yon, before reaching exhaustion. Before ka mapagod, nagawa mo na yon, yung mga added greater workload. And then, result interpretation. Reaching a high workload is a strong indicator of a good cardiac reserve and a low risk for severe heart diseases. This makes a negative or normal result which much more powerful and reassuring. The test is considered more diagnostic because your heart was truly stressed to its limit. So, kapag palagi kang nag-exercise pala, tapos nag-stress test ka, kaya mo yung limit ng possible para sa stress test. Because, kasi nga, di ba, nagtitrain ka, so natitrain yung heart mo. So, the heart's response, EKG, and okay, dito yung anak ko. The heart's response, EKG and blood pressure, positive impact daw kapag nagda-diet and exercise ka. A balanced diet and regular exercise reduce key risk factors for a heart disease. So, lower resting heart rate. A fit heart is more efficient. Kapag when you are, eto, na-research ko na din to dati because, kasi nga nagbabike ako, diba? So, umaabot ako ng 130 kilometers. Hindi na yung pinakamahaba ko is 130 kilometers. Tapos, hindi pa ako pumapayag na magbike na puro patag. Gusto ko yung may ahon because gusto ko tumaas yung ano ko. Tapos, story time, a bit side story time, Tapos, nung nung last May ba yun or June, nagpa-physical exam ako for work. Tapos, tinanong ng doktor, sabi niya, bakit malaki yung heart ko? Nalimutan ko na. Sabi niya, malaki yung heart mo for its normal size. Ano bang ginagawa mo? Nag-exercise ako. Sabi ko, opo, nagbabike po ako. Tapos, gusto ko hinahabol ko yung maximum heart rate. So, isa din yan sa effects ng exercise, ha? Lumalaki yung heart natin. Tapos, kapag nakaupo tayo, sobrang baba ng heart rate natin. As in, below normal. Because, the heart can handle that. The heart is, healthy. Sobrang healthy ng heart niya na kapag nakarest siya, hindi niya kailangan ng, yung normal 120 na heartbeat, ganun, hindi niya kailangan yan. Kaya niya ang 80, ganun, 70, kaya niya yun. So, yeah, experience ko yan. Tapos, lower blood pressure. Consistent exercise keeps healthy blood pressure in the normal range. Better cholesterol or sugar profile. Diet helps prevent or manage high cholesterol and diabetes, which are major contributors to plaque buildup. Yung mga aatakihin, yung mga may stroke, hindi yan because galit sila. May stroke sila kasi hindi sila nagda-diet. Okay. And then, so result interpretation. Because the heart and arteries are healthier, they are less likely to show signs of ischemia or lack of blood flow. Meaning, kapag healthy ka, kapag palagi kang nag-exercise, enough yung blood flow mo to your heart. Enough yung pumapasok na blood sa heart mo. Okay. During the stress portion, your blood pressure will rise and fall appropriately without spiking too high or suddenly dropping. And then, ability to detect disease or the main goal. The common question is whether fitness can hide heart disease. So the test's purpose daw, the stress test is specifically designed to uncover blockages in the coronary arteries that only become apparent when the heart's oxygen demand is high. So, kapag nag-stress test ka, tapos may plaque build up ka na pala sa veins ba? Arteries mo, malalaman mo pala talaga siya kapag hapo ka. Kasi, kailangan ng heart mo ng madaming blood. Tapos, hindi makapasok lahat kasi may pagbabara na. So, malalaman yan. Dun pala malalaman. Yung pinaka, ano talaga siya. So, the reality, if you have a significant blockage, usually 70% or more, the EKG changes and blood flow abnormalities will almost always appear during the test, regardless of how fit you are. So, kahit pa daw fit kang tao, kapag may blockage na sa arteries mo, malalaman at malalaman nila because of the changes sa electric signals ng heart. Ganun, ganun. Tapos yung blood flow, biglang humihina. Ganun. So, the benefit of fitness. So, pag nag-exercise ka, ito yung benefits. If you do have a mild, non-limiting heart disease, your good fitness level can help the heart compensate better and make you safer while you are being tested. Hindi ka aatakihin. Kasi nga, nagpa-function, maganda daw yung function ng heart mo kapag nag-exercise ka. Furthermore, studies show that adopting a healthy lifestyle can over time actually improve the blood flow and function of the heart, sometimes leading to improvement in previously positive result. So, kung previously positive yung result mo, meaning abnormal ka, alam mo yung may abnormality kapag nai-stress yung heart mo, tapos nag-exercise ka for 1 year, exercise ka regularly, mga 3 times a week nag-exercise ka. Pagbalik mo next year, magiging normal na siya or magiging negative na yung result. In summary daw, a healthy lifestyle does not interfere with the stress test ability to find the disease. Instead, it improves the health markers the test is measuring. Okay. Ang sabi niya dito, ulitin ko lang. A healthy lifestyle does not interfere with the stress test ability to find disease. So, kapag healthy, if you are fit, hindi siya makakaapekto in detecting kung may sakit ba yung heart mo. Instead, yung mga health markers daw, yung parang health markers, yung ECG, yung blood flow, nai-improve niya, leading to a much stronger and more conclusive normal result. Tapos, basta, yun na yun. Thank you guys. Sana may natutunan kayo kahit agriculture graduate ako. Bye!